Hey everyone, it's great to see you all again this week. This week we were, we went over some quotes in class about the top 25 worst predictions according to Professor Lavian, and it was actually really interesting to see that a lot of the world's most intelligent and influential figures in their field ended up being pretty wrong about some of the predictions that they made. So one part of the assignment was we're supposed to choose our top 5 worst predictions based on the slide. So that's what I'll discuss for this video. So the first one I have is I think there's room in the world for maybe 5 computers, is what Thomas Watson, the chairman of IBM, said in 1943. Which is pretty ironic, one, because IBM ended up becoming one of the largest manufacturers for personal computers in the world. But it's pretty interesting because today computers have been focused on not only becoming more portable in terms of size, because back then they were mostly industrial machines that were only used for enterprise use and in the military, things like that. But also the fact that computers are becoming faster, becoming more portable in terms of the technologies we use them with. Our smartphones are essentially computers these days, so it's pretty crazy that that kind of statement would have been made by one of the most influential computer firms in the world. My second worst prediction is the horse is here to stay, but the automobile is only a novelty, a fad. And this was the president of the Michigan Savings Bank advising Henry Ford's lawyer not to invest in the Ford Motor Company. And I mean, today you look at the way we travel, and horses are mainly, at least in more industrialized societies, used only for recreational use. And so when you look at cars and the way they've been able to change the world, the way they've been able to make the world smaller, make things more easier to transport, for commerce as well. We transport a lot of the products that we use. For example, you'll harvest some vegetables in one part of California, but you'll sell them in another part. So that's all due to the automobile, and it's been able to do it much more quickly and efficiently than any horse ever could. The third quote that I have is, a rocket will never be able to leave the Earth's atmosphere. I mean, who knows what has left the Earth's atmosphere at this point in time. This was a quote by the New York Times in 1936. But today, people have left the Earth's atmosphere, satellites have left the Earth's atmosphere, animals have left the Earth's atmosphere, and pretty soon, they've been finding signs of life on Earth, and I'm not trying to sound like a nut job here or anything, but you never know what could happen one day in terms of what we will exactly find beyond the Earth's atmosphere, and maybe once we reach that point, we'd be able to send a lot more than just one rocket beyond the Earth's atmosphere, if you know what I mean. If you've seen Interstellar, you probably know what I mean. Great movie. Okay, so there will never be a bigger plane built, is what a Boeing engineer said after the first flight of the 247, a twin-engine plane that holds 10 people. Now, just thinking about this, a plane that only holds 10 people, those must have been some pretty expensive plane tickets to offset the cost of transporting them to wherever they had to go, because that is not really economical, if you know what I mean. So we've come a long way since the Wright brothers created the first plane, and these days planes can hold hundreds of people. And because of the innovation and technology that is spurred on this kind of technology, we have more aerodynamic planes that can stay afloat in the sky for who knows how long, travel you across the world while also holding hundreds of people. It's pretty crazy that especially a Boeing engineer would say that. And what I've noticed with a lot of these quotes is that these people who said these quotes, these bad predictions, ended up working for companies that made major changes in the space and that proved these quotes wrong at the end of the day. So, pretty crazy. So finally, everyone acquainted with the subject will recognize it as a conspicuous failure. This was Henry Morton, president of the Stevens Institute of Technology, commenting on Edison's light bulb in 1880. I mean, without the light bulb, you wouldn't be able to see me right now because it's getting kind of late. Without the light bulb, we wouldn't have the technology for the display that's recording this, because I'm recording off my laptop, that's recording this video. Without the light bulb, we wouldn't have, our streets lit. The world would be darker, both literally and figuratively, I mean, I just can't imagine what the world would be without the light bulb. And we'd lose productivity for literally 12 hours out of the day or whenever it's dark, because we wouldn't even be able to see what we were doing outside the range of candlelight. So light bulbs really changed the world, and we can thank Thomas Edison for that. Anyway, so that's it for this part of my post. You can expect another one pretty soon about the top 5 predictions that we didn't discuss in class, and I'm just going to go do some research on right now and find. If you have any questions, feel free to post them. Like I said, I always encourage creative discussion when it comes to my blog posts. I'll see you guys very shortly. Thank you.